but Neon, their supports are really immobile. You can't get out of the cogs, neither can the Lifestealer. This is a really good Clockwork pickup, and there's potential now for the clock to be a 4 because remember they got rid of the battery assault cast animation, so makes it even easier to roam around. Neon, they need to get an offlane hero that can get out of the cogs or are mobile, and heroes like that, well, even a mid lane as well. I think of Mirana, but we're not seeing a lot of Mirana as of late. I guess Tiny's okay because you can toss them out, toss the clock away, but even then, that's a little worrisome. It's going to force Neon to all go 4-stars this game. And Morphling's going to be able to catch up because, of course, he's got the waveform. So let's see if TNC do go for that Shadow Fiend. I mean,
10 seconds remaining.
How would a Monkey King be, actually? I really like Monkey Kings with Morphling.
5 seconds remaining.
Because as soon as Morphling goes to hit higher ground here, you just have that protection through the Wukong's command. It just zones everyone back. Armel does play a lot of Conquer as well. Not really the much lockdown through the Lifestealer. And they will go for the Ursa. So very flexible hero. You can put him mid, you can put him off lane. Safe as well, depending, but it'd be Morphling safe. So they either want to get the Ursa up against the Lifestealer or the Tiny. Still don't know if the Tiny is going to be off lane or in that mid role.
10 seconds remaining.
But this last pick Ursa that TNC just picked up is very flexible. It's going to mean that they can, like I said, either they're picking a mid now or an offlane hero. It just depends what Neon want. They don't have the greatest team fight on TNC though. I think Neon are looking for... I really think you're going to put the Tiny mid, and you want someone like a Bat Rider to go against the Morphling. Or a Slardar. Although Slardar's melee matchup versus Ursa is pretty rough. But like I said, you need to get on top of the Oracle. And there we go. They do ban out the Conquer. One of Armel's, famous heroes. Even after that Conquer did get the Tidebringer nerf, he's still super strong. A lot of mid laners that I think work well with the Lifestealer is mainly the Puck, honestly. Super elusive, is able to get in and out of team fights, but of course the Puck is already banned. And there's not many other mid laners. You could see a Quap, just because there's not a lot of lockdown on TNC at all. There's more options for Neon to pick an offlane hero that allows Lifestealer to jump in these team fights. I'm just worried that will the Shaman and Tiny be enough lockdown to blow up the Morphling? Because like we said, Morphling's going to get Rage, and they will have the False Promise from the Oracle. So that makes me think this Tiny has to be a position 2. Because if he can get levels early on to be able to snowball and blow up Oracle every team fight, then that means another hero with the Lifesteal can go on the Morphling and try and blow him up. You got to go for the backliners this game on Neon. They don't... Just trying to think of their lanes. They look okay. AA Shaman, because they did change the Ancient Apparition 3rd. And they will Enigma. I thought they were going to pick the Enigma where the Clockwork was, so this Enigma can still be a 3 or a 4, depends what they want the Clockwork, but it looks like it's going to be a 1 Ursa. Oh, sorry, a 2 Ursa, apologies, because they think the Tiny's mid. So I imagine you now want to switch the matchup and put Tiny in the off lane and probably go for a range hero like a Quap here. Like I said, not a lot of lockdown. You could... I'm going to throw it out there. You could see a Rubik core just because there's Enigma. You're looking for that mid lane hero now because you really don't want the Tiny going up against the Ursa. We haven't really been seeing a lot of Rubik mid as of late, but very good matchup versus Enigma and against the Clockwork to throw him out of the cogs. Just trying to think of what else. What other mobile heroes to help with the Lifestealer? Well, they gotta pick something, and they'll Veno. Okay, so that's another, like, Viper's gone, and with Viper gone, that's, you then lead into a Veno, which is one of the best ways to deal with the Ursa. Just you prioritize movement speed slow, pretty much. And looks like it will be a Tim's clock. AO is going to be on the Oracle. I am still worried that Neon don't have the greatest jump. Like, it's really just Tiny trying to blow up this Oracle. And now TNC, they were lacking teamfight as well, like we spoke about. We said they didn't have teamfight. They're going to go back for it now. No BKB piercing spells to get rid of that black hole. I'm going to have to put my bet on TNC here. I just like their lineup. Armel Ursa, he can get kited this game very easily with the lockdown that Neon have, and it's really hard to play into an Ancient Apparition with the movement speed slows that you have, and that cold feet with a, you know, a tiny blinking in makes it very difficult. But I think this Enigma is going to have a really good game. We haven't been seeing a lot of Enigma 3. It's mainly been that 4. So this will be interesting though to see. I wonder how they'll match the Morphling and the Ursa. Who is the... Alright, we are underway though. Let me check. Who is... So Mark's their mid laner. So Veno will be on that off lane. So they're going to put Veno up against... I'm presuming you want the... How do you want this?
Nothing touches the heart like my venom.
Trying to... Let's see how they will do it. So Rappy's going to go mid. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Like we said, you want this... Your range hero going up against the Ursa mid. They will do that. But we are underweight, ladies and gentlemen. First game of this best of 3. Good lucks all round. TNC are going to be on that Dire side. We got Neon on the Radiant. For some reason I thought TNC on the Radiant, but... So this will be a... Are they going to get a D-Ward already? No, I thought the pings were coming through. This will be a very rough matchup for the Ursa. But I don't think there's anyone else you can really put mid. Could you Enigma? But you really want Enigma on the side lanes just because of how you're able to deny those creeps to pull them back.
30 seconds.
Enigma is super strong. You know, of course, being able to get levels where you really shouldn't be able to just because you out-level, you know, the other safe lane because, of course, you deny the range creep and also you pull the way back. So it makes it very hard for Neon to actually keep that creep equilibrium. But then if you put him mid, he's going to be getting solo experience. I wonder if we'll see Tim's rotating around a lot as well. Of course, he went for the boots early on with the Tangos. Something we've been seeing quite often now with these position 4s. Scatterlicious just beating it to AO here. Fine. Just runs himself away. There you go, already. He actually got rid of the melee creep instead. It'll be interesting to see if Cuckoo kind of takes a... Not really a sacrificial role this game, but falls back to the jungle and gives Clockwork some experience. Did they cogs? No, they didn't. I was going to say, did they cogs block the creeps, but looks like not. So they're going to start with 3 up top here. They have a very good Observe Ward as well, scouting them out. Already Tree Toss used. AO's going to wrap on the backline here. Tims has that Battery Assault. They're going to go with the Fortune's End. Nowhere to cancel it. They'll stun up the Shaman. Gabby on top of them as well. And they should be able to bring down Play Hard. Who are they going to give it to though? Gabby will be able to claim that. So TNC, very good first blood movement at this top side. Now it'll be interesting to see. Do they want to try and go for another? Because Tims is still in the area. I mean, they see Mark. Going to get scouted out. We'll just put some good chip damage on him. And of course, you know he has that tree grab, so no way he's going to be able to toss you onto the Chow. Of course, the creeps aren't even there anyway. It looks like AA's is actually going to TP top. And this is really how you want this. You're going to have Enigma going solo against the Lifestealer. He's going to get a lot out of this lane. And you can, like we spoke about, Enigma's going to be able to pull this way back. So who from Radiant is actually going to be able to stop this creep equilibrium? So Enigma's going to have a great time, and already with that first blood, see Gabby will be able to bring out some extra items as well. AO is going to go forward. Tim's on the backline here. The Oracle's taking a bunch of damage, but Mark might be in a similar situation. They'll be able to bring him down a second time. Gabby, 2 kills on the mark for him, and they're not done yet. Ancient Apparition taking a beating there. Of course, he does have the self, so still a lot of regen. We'll be fine though. JL just runs himself away. But you see this Observer Ward doing a lot for them, and already the trees are kind of getting cut down. Neon recognize, of course, this is a blind spot for them, and TNC are going to, rotate like around this area and try and flank them with that clockwork. But already Cuckoo level 3. We haven't paid too much attention in the mid lane. Armel 11-1 compared to the 10-4 on that Venomancer. Be interesting to see what Rappy wants to level as well if he goes for these wards. Looks like he's just 2 points in the Poison Sting already. Very good at harassing out Armel. Of course, the movement speed slow as well. Armel might be in a situation here, actually. He's going to go for the TP out. Will it be enough damage coming through from Rappy? Armel won't die in the base. He's got the bottle. Very close, though. Now, this is going to leave Rappy solo. So, some easy losses for him. And Rappy's having a very good time mid. Like we spoke about, just this matchup against the Ursa. Top lane. AO. We'll be able to go on him here. They're going to get the slows. The Avalanche of follow as well. They drop an Observer Ward just for the vision. Oracle, can he get himself away? He's going to cut through the trees, but it won't be enough. Now Tim's on the backline. He gets a Cogs. Gabby will rotate forward. 1 point up in the Adaptive Strike. He won't even need it here. They're just going to right-click him down with the Cold Feet. Tim's, can he get away from here? That looks like they don't have enough damage. Gabby's still man-fighting, but without the waveform. Won't be able to close the distance onto that Shaman. They will be able to get him, however. It's a 1-for-1. Neon get that first kill for them. So they are on the scoreboard here. And I don't know about you guys, but I have not seen a lot of Ancient Apparition until they did change that Chilling Touch. Armel mid taking a beating though. Wow, at least he will have that invis, so he's going to be able to get some regen coming through with that bottle. But this is the issue. Armel's level 4 and he's thinking about going down bot, but you can't kill Scatterlicious, especially without a black hole. Looks like, apologies, he was just waiting for the runes to come through at that 4-minute mark. Should cut down this tree, please. Got Tango, but they do pull the wave. Keep it under. I think, well, this top lane is going very well for TNC. I mean, Gabby, like we spoke about, I believe he has a pretty free game considering he's going to be able to have that magic immunity coming through from the Rage. He's going to be in a very good situation. It comes down to, will this Ursa actually have a game? Because he's getting bullied out. Tim's is going to move for the Cogs. Won't be on anyone. The Adaptive Strike as well. Not enough damage. So it looks like both teams just tank up a fair bit of damage, but they'll be fine. And there you go. So they will send Cuckoo mid. Lifesteal is going to follow the movement. However, they recognize the lane swaps coming through and who is strongest with the bounty runes. Will there be any aggression mid lane? Open wounds. Cuckoo's got to be careful without that 6. Scatterlicious here is going to chase down the Enigma. He's going to get one more right click, but the Maleficus, will it be enough for the stuns? Tim's going to rotate through, but he's on the low ground. One more right click won't be there. And now Tim's, can he get in range? Scatterlicious might just tick out, and he will. Down goes that life skill. Cuckoo just playing with fire there. How many points in the Maleficus has he got? Only 1. That's a very big kill though. I mean, I feel like that's something you're not supposed to get, especially without the black hole. I'm kind of surprised with the Tim's movement here, especially with the plague wards being leveled. I mean, they're going to scout him out on the back line. Play hards here as well. Like, go. Cogs will trap him in. It's going to run straight out. Do they have the Gale? However, it's still on cooldown. Play hard, trying to get in range. They won't be able to. Meanwhile, up top, Avalanche to hold Gabby back. Mark will be fine though. Wonder if Cuckoo's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on the tower here. He went for the early point in the Blightstone. So the early item in the Bloodstone. We've been seeing a lot of Enigmas go for the Helm of the Dominator into the Greaves build. I mean, there's really no one else on the squad that would be going for the Greaves this game. So it'll be interesting to see if TNC want to start grouping up with that Helm of the Dominator around, you know, the 10-minute catapults. That's when we see a lot of movements to these tier 1 towers, you know, with the first catapult wave coming at 5 minutes, and then the second as well by that 10-minute mark. But as of right now, things have kind of slowed down a little bit after both teams have moved away from this top side. Looks like Tim's going to try and soak up some experience mid. Scatterlicious, however, he's got plans otherwise. Really wants to bully out Tim's, make it so he can't get this easy experience with only being level 3 at almost 7 minutes in. It's a little rough for him as of right now. These levels are super important on the clockwork. If you can get that hook shot early on and start making plays around, because we spoke about this, the side of Neon have very bad ways to actually get outside of the cogs. Of course, they're going to be forced to build these 4 scepters. 4 scepters, 4 staffs. Can't speak. That's why I thought the Rubik, even though in that mid lane, would have been good against the Enigma. And of course, being able to chuck the Clockwork away. Lifestealer will be fine as long as he has that rage, of course. Stopping the battery assault going through. But as of right now, like I said, things are slowing down here. Enigma taking... a little bit of farm across the map here. We'll rotate back mid. I mean, he's got the black hole now up, about to hit level 7 as well. And he's going for the Midas, so we have seen Midas, getting nerfed. A lot of heroes aren't picking it up as much anymore. I mean, it's really core on Lifesteal, that Midas, Radiance, timing just with the leveling as well. But Cuckoo recognizes, I mean, if this Enigma can get fat, if they can, make it to the late game, which they should be able to here, then there's really no way to stop this AO. They will get the Avalanche Toss. Looks like the Oracle. Will they have enough heal coming through from that Purifying Flames? But Tim's on the backline here. They got a very good Observer Ward for the Radiant side. JL is going to get stunned up, however. Mark with the toss. Will it be available to save this Ancient Apparition? They're going to wait for him forward. They will find JL. Now they're going to chase for more. Mark. They'll toss him back. Gabby with that replicate. Nicely played from him. But Mark's going to think about turning it on Tim's here. Might be able to get the Courier as well. They have the Glyph, however. Adaptive Strike. He has Strength morphed up. Low on mana though, and it looks like AO won't be able to get in the range. Just going to go for the waveform. Meanwhile, mid lane Cuckoo does end up falling here. Gabby still pressing on. Tips come through. Cuckoo does end up falling. Was he not? He's 1-1. That's a big kill though, considering, I mean, he's a pretty high level. And actually, they're going to send the Ursa mid. Finally, they will put the Ursa up against that Lifestealer. You see, Armel, at least he has been getting his levels. I mean, we haven't put a whole lot of emphasis, watching this bot lane, just the Venomancer against the Ursa. But you see Rappy now with the level 7, being able to push out these Plague Wards, put them in very favorable spots near the choke points where TNC have to walk to try and defend the tower. And they're just going to slowly chip at it. He's got that Urn finish as well. I imagine we'll be going for the Spirit Vessel. Very good against that Morphling from the Strength Morph, of course. Just to stop the heals from coming through. And of course, you have the Oracle as well. So not to mention, I mean, you're going to have the Ice Blast, which will stop any healing. And also that Spirit Vessel, which stops a majority of the healing. Right now, Neon is going to try and deal with all the sustain through the itemization. And they should be able to as well. TNC might want to get aggressive, though, with this Black Hole. Looks like Enigma actually he's going back for the Helm of the Dominator instead of that Midas, but they're going to go down bot here. Gale on the mark. They will get the Hex with the Boundary and spawning. It's going to be some aggression here. Armel has got the Enrage, but can he get it off in time? They're going to go for the Cogs. It'll push him back, and Armel is pressuring for more here, but they have the movement speed. Slow is just going to kite it off, and it looks like the rest of TNC, they can't get in the area. Armel will get brought down ever so slowly. Rappy picks it up. Like we spoke about, it's a very hard Ursa game considering, I mean, a majority of the heroes from Neon are able to kite this Ursa around, whether they have stuns or movement speed slows. And it's really coming down to Gabby, I believe, this game. He's going to be the one to have the impact. I feel like he's going to be really all of their damage output, apart from, that Midnight Pulse and Black Hole. Right now, Ursa is struggling. Armel will be going for the drums, though. He's not too far behind in the net worth, though, considering. I mean, he's ahead of Mark, which is an issue. Like, it's an issue. Ursa is a snowballing hero, a very good early game, laning stage into early game hero. But at least Ursa does give you Roshan potential, which is something both teams need. And they do have with the Shaman as well, but they're going to press on. With this smoke, they're going to get the root. Do they have the Maleficus with that lockdown here? AO on the backline. It's going to go for the Fortune's End. Rappy without the level in the ultimate. Tim's a nice hook shot. It's going to connect. They'll turn their attention to play hard. In the meanwhile, though, Gabby at this top lane is able to bring down one of the heroes up there. I believe it was the Ancient Apparition. And now they're going to be able to lead this into a tower. Very important after you get the kills. Make sure your objectives are right after those kills. Like, you make a movement, a smoke gate to the bot lane, and you know that you're going to be able to push it with the Eidolons and the Helm of the Dominator creep. Very good movement coming out from them, and that's going to give Armel some gold working on the drums here, but without the tower fall and play hard, it's going to try and find them. Ursa running straight into JL here. They will scout him out with the creeps. Tiny's going to rotate forward as well. Still pretty poor here. We'll have the Avalanche going to hold him in place. Rappy rotates through as well. Do they have the Enrage? However, Ursa going to try and run down to that south, but with the Shackles that are holding him in place, no way Armel can escape, especially without that TP, and they'll slowly bring him down. But in the meantime, though, just space for the rest of the team. They get the tier 1 tower bot. Tim's getting solo experience mid and also pushing this in. And he's going to be going for a hood, so recognizing that Neon, a majority of their damage is magical. I mean, even when the lifestealer comes online, the radiance is going to be magical until he starts getting those right-clicking items. So I imagine it will be a hood into a pipe, but I really like this pickup from the Clockwork. I imagine he'll go for a force as well. Crazy good with the movement speed. Slows are getting kited, and also this lifestealer as well. You often see, oh, hang on a second, play hard. Scan connects, Gabby will drop that Midnight Pulse down, clears out the trees. Another kill for Gabby though. 6-0. Man already has a Yasha, 1300 gold in the bank. It's a pretty good Manta game as well, considering able to purge off the slows, get away from the open wounds as well. Just increases the farming speed, gives you some good stats. And I like the Scotty pickup afterwards, recognizing if he is able to stay alive throughout the lockdown that Neon have, and then if he can replicate over to the lifestealer, he will be fine this game just with that magic immunity. Be interesting to see if he wants to go with Satanic this game eventually. I know it's very early on, but you got to remember Satanic does give you the status resistance, so will reduce the duration of the lockdown that Neon had. But Tim's going to run straight into Mark here with the Avalanche Toss, holds him in place. AO might be in a similar situation as well. Rappy on the back line is going to get the movement speed slow. It's going to be a second hero dead from TNC. 8-9 that kill count. And as of right now, I mean, a 1k gold net worth lead for the TNC side. I'm not going to lie, chat. For some reason, the the gold graph and XP and all that isn't coming up at the top. Hook shot. Tims will be able to find play hard here. Kuka on the high ground with the follow-up stun. Shaman's going to end up falling here. They're going to try and rotate on JL as well, who still doesn't have that level 6. Such a poor Ancient Apparition. 14 minutes in, but looks like Neon, they're going to rotate through here. Nice toss. Is going to keep the AA alive. Elmo, can he get himself away here with the Enrage? A nice 2-man Avalanche in the river here. They're going to wait for him on the high ground here. Gabby with that Morphling. And now they replicate into the lifesteal as well. They're going to be able to blow up Ancient Apparition. 2 dead on Neon. They might try and transition this into a tier 1 tower. Cuckoo. Of course, the Eidolons are down, but he will have the Helm of the Dominator creep. Very nicely played from them. And with the Bounty Runes, looks like, can they get this top 1? Cuckoo. Don't know if he'll be able to get here in time. Scatterlicious, of course, the lifesteal does move pretty fast, but they are in the area. He's got that black hole. He's got the Rage for the movement speed as well. Infest is on cooldown. Tim's hookshot, of course, won't be able to follow power. Meanwhile, down bot, Armel. Can he get away? Doesn't have enough movement speed, though. Goes for that Earth Shock to slow them down, but it won't be enough. So you just see things are kind of starting to ramp up here. Scatterlicious does have to be careful up top here. The Rage, it is available here. He's going to be able to get it off. They need to get the hookshot, though. It's trying to move away the Eidolons, but with the rotations coming through, they don't want to die at that tower without any vision. In the meantime, though, space for Rappy pushing in the tier 1 tower. With that Siege Wave level 3 in the Plague Wards as well. And we see he's going to be going for the cogs like we spoke about. I imagine a majority of the heroes from Neon are going to be building up the 4 staffs just to escape. AA finally hit level 6 though, chat. JL will have that ultimate. Just the Ice Blast to follow up. Such a rough game. Look at his net worth as well. I mean, and a little bit better than Oracle's. Sorry, a little bit worse than Oracle's. And that's probably solely because of the towers. Hookshot down bot with the vision coming through from that flare. They're going to be able to find JL. Really can't catch a break here, chat. He's, 2, 5, and 4. And Tim's... I mean, this is an issue if the Clockwork can get some levels here and some items as well. We spoke about how good of a hood and pipe game this really is. They are going to try and at least avenge the kill here. It's hard to get on Gabby though. Play hard. Without the 8th lens, can he get the Hex off in time? But already the Strength Morph. Gabby will be fine. But TNC, they are more than content with. They recognize that there's really no way to deal with the BKB Black Hole as the game goes later on. And I think Cuckoo's finished up the Midas, and he has. Of course, level 15 will get that GPM talent. more than content with just farming up in the jungle. And you see the Morphling's net worth. 9k. Fair bit ahead of the lifesteal though. He's got 3,400 gold in the bank, of course. Does farm up very slowly without the Radiance. At least he's getting there ever so slowly. Looks like they're going to try and make a movement around this top side though. Mark and JL, they will smoke up here. They finally have the blink finished on that Tiny. It's really going to be all on the Tiny to catch this Oracle in the backline here. Because I don't know how they blow up the Morphling. Especially if he gets a BKB eventually and through like a pipe. I don't know. This is going to be rough. You got to remember as well, whenever Morphling gets shackled, I mean, Oracle's going to have the false promise to purge that off. This is looking really rough for them right now. They have to rely on this Infest Bomb through the Tiny. Looks like TNC, they've recognized the movement from Neon. They're going to potentially try and trade a tier 2 tower. That does depend if Radiant want to continue pushing here though, or if they want to defend. But with the Black Hole up, they haven't seen Enigma in a while though. Of course, they do have this Observer Ward scouting him out. But he will be going for the Blink next, after this Midas. And they're going to continue pushing. They do push pretty fast with the Plague Wards. Only level 3. They're setting up mid as well, just baiting out Gabby. And he's actually going for the Sanjin Yasha, not the Manta after this, after the Skadi. So it's going to tank him up even more, give him some stats. Believe you get status resistance as well from the Sanjin Yasha. Yes, you do, 16%. Like we spoke about, why I really favored a Satanic pick up this game. Just because of, if he can survive the lockdown coming through from Neon and then getting that rage off, I don't think he dies. But you do see they drop the wards up top, the Serpent wards. So they will be able to take this fast. It means TNC, they got to play pretty careful here, just sitting on the high gun. In case the side of Radiant do TP in to try and defend this, they do have a very good ward as well. We see, as of, well, since the introduction of Shrines, I know it's been a while now, but a lot of teams actually prioritize vision around the Shrines because of how much of importance it is on the map with just map control, mobility, being able to TP across the map to a Shrine and rotate behind and defend it lane as well. Whenever I draw on the map, it does like this really weird thing. Like it's... Wait, hang on. See this? It's like a bold. I don't know, chat. I got privileges. But Kuki, we'll have that blink up relatively shortly, and the Midas is about to come off cooldown as well. It'd be interesting to see if Radiant really want to start playing aggressive here, but they're lacking levels like we spoke about. AA is 3 behind this Oracle. Playing this real hard position 6 this game. They have a 4-star finish. It looks like there won't be any aggression coming through with these bounty runes. So as of right now, this net worth lead is still slowly growing for TNC here. So dipping from 3k to 2k. But they will smoke up, trying to find anyone. They have very good vision just behind the old tier 1 tower, seeing if anyone's rotating through. They scout out the lifesteal as well in the Golem. Don't believe he has the Radiance. He's going to walk up the high ground here. Who will they find? Tim's just sitting in the trees here. Trying to pop this smoke. Play hard. There you go. So will pop. He's going to go for the TP out straight away. Will they get vision? He's got the 8th lens. Just doesn't see him. We'll make it away. And this Golem won't be able to find anyone either. Really nicely played from TNC. Although they may smoke up and they will straight underneath the Observer Ward. But this is pretty calculated right now. I mean, you see the team rotate all the way down to the bot side, and you think this is going to be free with the double damage room, but very good vision from them. This Observer Ward deep underneath the tower, and also the Plague Ward just sitting underneath this Roshan. But, I mean, Play Hard has a TP. Does anyone else, though? I don't know if they have a smoke as well, so it's really hard just walking inside the pit. Ice Blast won't connect on anyone. They will be able to take this for free, it looks like. I don't know if they can get in the area. Mark will be coming with that Infest Bomb, but nicely played from the Clockwork. Pops the Blink. Now it's going to be on cooldown. It's going to get the hook shot, the cogs. It's onto 2. The waveform of the high gun. Remember, they have the Aegis and the Abject Strike. Rappy falling pretty low-key. He pops that ultimate, the Spirit Vessel as well. They're going to go on the backline, the Infest Bomb. They do blow up the Oracle here, but will be forced to buy back. Tim's trying to get him away, but the movement speed slow brings him down. And now Armel, he's still got the double damage room that's beating to the lifesteal. Cuckoo's going to blink forward. Can he get in range for Mark, though? Adaptive Strike if he wants to strength morph up here. But they drop the trees. He won't be able to juke away. Avalanche Toss. Don't think it'll be enough to bring down Cuckoo. It's 4 dead from Neon. A very good team fight coming in from TNC. And just the small things As soon they force rotations down to the bot lane, very good vision. And just Clockwork sitting in the trees, popping that smoke. Everyone gets a TP out. And they recognize straight away, well, there's a potential that there were already TP rotations down to this shrine. So if that's the case, how are they going to actually get to Roche fast enough? And they already had the DD. It didn't even matter that the smoke was scouted out or that the Plague Walk was in the pit. Another small thing, Clockwork was able to stop the Blink Dagger from that tiny. It was around this area, so I don't know if it was close enough to catch anyone. But still, those are the little things you have to look at. I imagine Clockwork's going to continue doing that for the game. Try and focus down this tiny. JL was there, but it's just obliterated here. Gabby, level 16, and with the agility morph, just being able to absolutely destroy this ancient apparition who's 880 HP. Absolutely no way to stay alive. And there you go. So he will be going for that Satanic. Really, really like this pickup. And that last team fight, they didn't even use the black hole, so they still have it up. Of course, we didn't bring it up, but AU was forced to buy back there. I guess if you try and want to look at the bright side. Also, there is Radiance finished on the Lifestealer. Be interesting to see if he wants to go for the Sunjin Yasha or the Manta. Because is he going to have enough time to farm up the Manta? Because TNC, they're going to walk up high ground here. I mean, can you hold this though? Rappy taking a lot of damage here. Does have to force. So he will be fine. False Promise still there as well. And we'll get the Hex, the Shackles as well. But with that False Promise from AO, nicely played. It's going to be off the mark as well, that ultimate from the AA. So they'll be fine. They'll just back themselves up here. Some good chip damage on the tower. I mean, it's not a lot. 600 though. I like how they're playing this as well. Ward on the high ground and deep as well. If any, backed movements come to try and wrap around. Of course, pretty televised. They should be able to get some D wards, and they already do. But they have a DD with this Aegis. It's going to be up for another 2 minutes here. Gabby might just want to waveform in and try and blow some up. I mean, he sees JL is going to go straight for it. Hookshot will be there. He's going to get Hexed. The Ancient Prowler kind of helping out Radiant here with the Shackles. In that Serpent Ward's Mark's going to blink forward, but the Avalanche shots will be enough. Remember, they don't have the False Promise. Gabby is still alive. He's going to have the Rage, and they'll think about turning here. Clockwork is going to end up falling. Mark, can he get himself away? They have the movement speed slow, and the Shrine is there as well, but the Hex is going to stop the damage output. Mark, with that heal, he'll be fine now. The Spirit Vessel, the Shackles to hold him in. They will have Ursa coming on the backline here, and looks like Aegis will get procced. Armel though, Blink is going to get cancelled. Waveform will be up, so Gabby's going to be fine. But you take that. I mean, Ancient Apparition falling. You lose the Clockwork, Aegis as well. Oh, Lifestealer. Oh no, he doesn't make it out actually. I thought he'd be able to with the Rage. It's going to go for that Infest, but really no way. Icebot's going to come through. They will have that Malefice, the waveform forward. Might think about turning here with the open winds, but they're going to drop the ultimate here. And that False Promise, Gabby, falling pretty low now with the ultimate coming through from Rappy. Gabby's going to end up falling after the False Promise. They'll find Kuko as well. It's too dead. Gabby's going to fall. Waveform away, won't keep you alive. Another Cogs. Can they get Tims as well? The Hex to hold him in. Armel's on the backline, but you really can't keep him alive here. So Clockwork, they're going to fall in TNC. They lose 4. Very nicely played from Neon. And maybe a little bait coming through from that Lifestealer. Yes, he lost his life here. But look at the net worth swing. About up to a 3,700, 3,800 swing. Very big for the side of Radiant. They might be able to take this tier 2 tower with it as well. And they will try and push though. Cliff's just going to delay this a little bit. They won't have the False Promise even when they're up, however. It looks like it'll be a free tower for them. Bot's got to get pushed in as well. You do see that Morphling just isn't tanky enough yet, but of course that Satanic will give him some stats. Not going to be too much. Of course, the 25 strength to keep him alive. It's really just if this False Promise, I mean, once you can get Oracle, that third point in the False Promise, the 45-second cooldown is actually, it could just be game winning. Just being able to constantly throw out these False Promises. You got to remember as well, I mean, it lasts 10 seconds. So that's a 35-second downtime. And with this 15 talent as well, it's going to be a while till Oracle, of course, hits level 18. It'll be rough for him. Does he have an XP talent, actually? Let's see. Yes, he does. He's got the level 10. So that will help you out here, but TNC probably just going to wait for their item timings here. Armel has that BKB finished. 10-second duration. But Radiant, they're not going to let off the gas here. They'll smoke up. Infest Bomb in the Tiny. He's got the Force Staff and the Echo Saber. How many Force Staffs do they have? They got one on the Shaman. It looks like they got 3 as of right now. Walk up the high ground. They'll get the Hex. Enigma with the control coming through from the Shackles. Marked on a follow-up here. Armel, can he get anyone though? The BKB. But they have the Force Staffs to cut him around here. Armel's going to turn his attention to the lifesteal, but it looks like they're going to disengage here. The BKB is soon about to expire here. Blink is on cooldown. Gabby's going to walk up with the Spirit Vessel. They're going to get the Hex. The Strength Morph is it there in time, but of course they haven't brought down the Oracle. Is going to wait for Mob. They do have the Shrine still. Gabby's going to get that Rage. They'll try and blow up Rappy here. And now another Blink 4 coming through from the Earth, so it's 2 dead. And with the False Promise, Gabby should be fine. They might try and reinitiate here. AO will end up falling here. He's going to go for the TP out, but Armel just beating to Mark. He's slowly stacking up these Fury Swipe stacks. Gabby can he get in range for the open wounds? They're going to pop that Rage, but the Blink will be there. He's stuck in the trees, so they're going to go for the TP out. Looks like he will make it. A sneaky spot. Just blinking in there. They won't be able to find him here. Sorry guys, I missed the in-between game summary. Sorry, oh no, there it is. Rage TP out. They will be fine. Sorry, I was just looking at this. So it was actually, I mean, pretty good for Neon considering how behind they are. Well, they're not even that behind anymore, but... And that's a 10-second BKB from Ursa. It was looking pretty rough for a second, but... Do you have a pause coming through, though? So, alright, I'm going to use this time to find the hotkeys. Sorry, chat. Where's Spectator? There we go. Screenshot... What? Oh, there. Screenshot that. Item stats, goal graph. Oh, I didn't mark it. F6 is pause, right? There we go. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Net worth, experience, win probability. Alright, we are all good. So I apologize for anyone who was wondering. I'm used to casting in the Dota client, and usually it pops up in the top right, but... So there's the net worth for anyone wondering. I mean, it's pretty head on. We see this massive swing when Neon did get this 4-man, you know, pick off around the, not really pick off, I mean a team fight around the Shrine. Win probability though, 63%. Dire, they are, looks like Gaben is really liking this Enigma draft. I mean, I can't blame him. I really think they have better team fight considering Enigma. He's got that BKB now finished, 10-second. How do you stop the black hole coming through? I really don't know, and I love this. We often see it. Enigma's following back after, you know, the Blink BKB. They go for the Shadow Blade, extra mobility. It doesn't seem like a lot, but Shadow Blade just allows you to get in spots you wouldn't be able to without it. Even that bonus movement speed as well to maybe, you know, if you don't have a TP, to maybe just, you know, get towards a fight faster. But it'll be interesting to see if Cuckoo wants to go for maybe Greaves after the Shadow Blade, considering how much burst damage Neon have and just that survivability. If you're not Ice Blasted, of course, from all the damage over time that Neon have, Greaves will be pretty good here. They don't really need armor. I mean, Lifesteal's not packing a whole lot right now, especially since he went for the Halberd to deal with the Ursa and the Morphling, but they're going to try and find him here. Scatterlicious has that Rage available. Cuckoo's going to blink forward with the BKB. They won't be able to pop it here. Armel, they should have enough damage coming through from the Fury Swipes. The hookshot, it's on the backline here. Venomenter, can they actually kill the lifesteal through? It's going to be there, and now the BKB is about to expire here without that buyback. Mark's going to blink forward here. Looks like they will be able to bring down Tim's. No! The save coming through. AO will be able to keep him alive here, and now that Divine Favor, they're going to go for the backline. Nice save from the Oracle, though. Now the Fortune's End. Who's it on to? Marky Mark, can he get away? That blink will get taken off here, so he can't escape. Cuckoo's going to blink forward with that Maleficus. Armel brings him down. Can they catch any more, though? Looks like that'll be enough, and Roshan is up. I forgot the name of Divine Favor for a second in that team fight. There we go. That's a... And like we spoke about, being able to get kills around objectives. Play hard, I don't think... Never mind. With Rappy rotating through, they'll have the Spirit Vessel, the Ice Blast to follow. Should be a big enough radius here. And without the Force Stuff, he can't get away, although Enigma rotating through won't be able to keep him live. Tim's probably will tick out to the damage over time. Will he? Wow, he lives. Tim survives. Gets a D ward for his efforts as well. That is space created, as we like to say. I mean, no way they could defend Roche with the lifesteal a tiny dead. Hey, you take that though. Did he get the bounty too? He got one. I think Play Hard got the other. But it is back up to a 6k gold net worth lead. See, after that team fight, that was a big kill as well, being able to find the lifestealer. And he will actually be going for the Manta after this Helbert. So they don't have a lot of split push. That's the thing I'm presuming for the Manta. Very good at stopping blink daggers as well. Of course, with the Radiance, you just chuck the Manta, try and find the Enigma or the Ursa as well to stop the follow-up blinks, or the, and you know, of course, the counter initiation or that initiation. And not to mention, like we said, they are lacking a lot of split push coming through. I mean, I guess Venno can if he drops his Plague Wards, but even then, I mean, it's not the greatest. They are just a little poor right now, really relying on the damage coming through from the Lifestealer. I don't know if it'll be enough either, though, because I wonder if TNC actually build a Halberd here. It doesn't look like anyone's queuing up. Clock going for the 4-staff after that pipe. No way Oracle's going to get it. I mean, he's crazy far behind. Some games you do see the position 5s get a few items here, but depends how far you are ahead. He does have the 120 gold per min talent, but he really just wants to tank up, and it's understandable, I mean, considering all of the magic damage that Neon has. So he's probably going to buy a few braces here just for the little magic resistance you do get. They're playing around top, maybe seeing if they could try and get someone at this side, but Mark's actually going to blink forward, so they will reveal this. And it looks like Tiny's thinking about going for the E-Blade, and dare I say it, the Octarine? With the Avalanche cooldown, I mean, you have like a 3-second Avalanche cooldown if you go Octarine. We saw it a few times a while ago. I know it was before the last major, but a Tiny that goes like a lot of utility with E-Blade and just being able to burst people down, and the amount of survivability you have as well, because considering TNC, they don't have a whole lot of damage. I mean, Oracle's not going to help out too much right now with the BKBs. I imagine are going to start coming through. I guess you don't really need it because you have the Rage. And Tiny is only blinking forward, and if he, you know, gets a kill and dies, well, that's worth it if he can lock down either the Oracle or that Morphling. So yeah, probably not BKB this game, but it will be interesting to see what they think about picking up here. And we saw Enigma's actually going for a fresh orb. I mean, they, like we said, they don't have BKB lockdown. Recognizing that these black holes, you know, even if he just gets it on the Lifestealer, they'll have enough damage to bring him down. I think Neon have to find this Oracle. They have to burst down the Oracle, and they can do that with the tiny Infest Bomb, but it's going to be very difficult considering now, I mean, there's going to be 4 staffs coming through. Clockwork what has his own for the survivability. That's how they're going to need to start these fights. Find this, find the Oracle or the Enigma instead. They will find Cuckoo here. They're going to drop the Serpent Lord's Armor with the blink forward here. We'll get the bash through. They're going to lose this Ancient Apparition here. The waveform Mark. It's going to be in a situation. They've got the movement speed slow, but with that Ghost Scepter, can he get himself away? He's going to force stuff down on the low ground. There will be a buyback coming through here, and it looks like TNC might try and disengage here with the Hex. Does it get the Strength Morph up in time here? Morphling's in the situation, but of course, Oracle, they haven't dealt with him yet. He's going to be able to survive here, but they won't have to heal his Gabby's got to get away from here, and with the Ice Blast, he's going to try and output as much damage as he can here. They have the Disarm. He's back to full HP. He still has that Aegis as well. The buyback's going to be coming through here. Mel going to try and find Rappy here. Can he get a bash? They have the lockdown. And down goes the Morphling here. Mark with the blink forward. Ursa's dead as well. Can they get this Aegis afterwards, Gabby? With the Rage. Going to think about turning it on Rappy here. Davic Strike blows him up. He's going to find JL as well. But he goes for the Rage TP out. And he will be fine. For a second there, I thought they'd be able to blow up this Morphling during the False Promise just with the Ice Blast, but he was actually fine throughout it all. Just gave them enough space. I mean, it still wasn't the greatest fight. 2 buybacks coming through from Neon. So pretty expensive from the Tiny and the Ancient Apparition. You see not a whole lot of a gold swing there, but this is big though considering, I mean, this Ursa BKB is going to start getting lower and lower. We spoke about how Ursa gets kited drastically this game. It's already down to a 7-second duration BKB, and that is worrisome considering Also, for this Enigma as well, who is on 9, we didn't see the black hole at all that team fight. But it's just the threat. The threat of having to not group up and play around it. Very worrisome. They got a DD on Gabby as well. He actually, we didn't speak about the MKB, but he went for it just because the evasion coming through from the lifesteal. But he will go back for the Satanic afterward. They might be able to find play hard with the blink forward and that Maleficus to lock him in. I mean, play hard was there. He's not anymore. He'll go up the high ground, but they did TP back. And we see a lot of teams do this. BKB, black hole. They find the lifesteal with the double damage. Will it be enough? They blow him up. Scatterlicious just gets caught out here. And now they are going high ground now. Even with black hole down, they will force a buyback. DD's about to expire. But Gabby can do it so safe. I mean, he's got the rage. Toss in. Armel. They're going to have the buybacks coming through here. Away from the high ground. But they will get the ultimate out. And with the Psalm, Ursa's just getting kited here. Still has the BKB. The cheese as well. It's going to be forced to pop it here. And Rage is on cooldown. And Cuckoo holds that life still in place, but he will be able to dispel it from the Manta. So they force the buyback. That is big from TNC. And you see the gold swing. I mean, 12k all of a sudden was around, you know, that 10k, 9k mark. And all of a sudden, this 1 kill and a buyback. Lifesteal is now 5k underneath. If they kill the Lifesteal, that's just gain. Neon are lacking a lot of damage. Considering, I mean, this pipe coming through from the clockwork, and really, apart from the lifesteal, and I mean, even the lifesteal, I should say, with that radiance, a majority of their damage is magic right now. So I imagine TNC, they're going to farm up until they get this black hole, and then it's go time. They'll solo black hole, this lifesteal, if they can burst him down again. That is key to it. But Roshan will be up in 40, perfect timing for the side of TNC. What is it, 40 seconds now? And they'll have black hole in 50. So, by then, should be enough time. I mean, Neon don't take it fast enough. Not like the side of TNC do with the Morphling and that Ursa. Look how much damage he did to the Black Dragon. Just trying to... It doesn't even feel safe just being out with that buyback. It's going to use the Radiance. And, of course, the Splash... Not Splash Attack, the Fireball. That's it, the... ability to push out these waves. Be interesting to see if, I think Tim's goes for an Ags this game, considering, of course, just to decrease the cooldown. Of course, Ag Scepter 12 seconds, and that is very good at being able to not only stop the rage TPs out from the lifesteal, because they do have, you know, the bash from the Ursa, which it's pretty easy to get bash procs considering of how fast he attacks with the overpower. But not to mention, you will have a reliable lockdown with that Ag Scepter. So it'll be interesting to see. And they don't have a lot of initiation as well. I mean, Enigma. I guess Enigma, you can waveform in now. Once he gets Satanic. I think Gabby's got a free lane, a free time after Satanic. It looks like he went for the multi-shot adaptive strike as well. Interesting, not the waveform charges, considering be very good at kiting out the side of Neon, especially with their slows and the lifesteal as well. Adaptive strike just being able to burst them down. Because, I mean, you look at Neon. Look at their heroes. I mean, play hard, 1500 HP. Mark's pretty tanky, so we won't say that. JL's got 1100. Veno's 2300 as well. But this adaptive strike will melt through the side of Neon. Especially with how much agility he has with the boundary runes. Almel will walk up here. Still has that cheese in hand. Very good vision for the Radiant side, though. What do you know? Double damage rune down this bot lane. We often see teams at this 40-minute mark when they're in the lead. It is very, very hard to throw. You see them push up, suffocate the enemy team inside the base. It allows them to get these double power runes. Of course, that 40-minute mark hits. Going to get 2 power runes at both sides. And I think this is what you'll see. You'll see TNC slowly start to push Neon out of the jungle and just have heavy... You know, they'll probably keep at least an observer ward on one of the runes. This is probably the best observer ward to have. Of course, it's over the rune and also very good vision over Roshan as well. I'd like to see TNC try and maybe have a rat play, though, with the Morphling. Because keeping this shrine up allows Neon to easily be able to defend Roshan, but looks like they won't even go there. I mean, DD and the Ursa I don't even know if they think it's happening here. Refresher shard on the deck. Cuckoo's going to pick that up. What did he buy? Oh, okay, so he went Greaves. I guess he recognizes, I mean, what's the point of having Refresher Orb when you're about to get Refresher Shard? May as well just go force some sustain and try and end this game. I am mumbling my words like crazy. There you go. They will smoke up here. Gabby's got a front line. Satanic isn't finished just yet. But of course, with this Aegis, he's going to feel pretty comfortable running up the high ground. 81% win probability as well. Still lifesteal with no buyback. Venno hasn't got enough gold as well. What did he just pick up? I'm presuming the E-Blade. I like how Clockwork's playing this. They're going to try and stop these blinks coming through from Mark and Scout out as well. Vision is key as the game gets later and later on. Not a lot of Radiant actually have buyback here. We spoke about the lifesteal just being able to replicate with that Rage. Sorry, I meant the Morphling being able to replicate into the lifesteal and run up the high ground with Rage. I mean, it's free towers, free buildings, and there's no Magic Immune and Lockdown coming through from Neon. There's no Basher even picked up. Just lifesteal. Way too underfarmed after that after that death coming through and the buyback. They might try and set up on Gabby though with the toss. They will get the Hex from afar. They're going to get the hook shot in the backline here. They blow up the Shaman and they will. And now the False Promise coming through. Gabby's going to wait for him on the high ground here. Cuckoo still on the back. Has that Shadow Blade. He's got to be careful from these Plague Wards to stop the blink. Gabby will be fine afterwards. Back to full HP. So the Shaman is down. Doesn't have buyback for a few gold. It's going to take a while to get it as well. Dropping as many vortexes as he can. Cappy falling low. Has the disarm. Of course, only going to delay this. That's really not going to do a whole lot, especially with the siege wave. I mean, TNC, they're just going to get at least a second lane of racks as well, considering they still have this black hole. And Gabby, I believe he's got the Satanic coming out on the courier, and he does. So Satanic is about to be finished here. So is about to be picked up. Second tier 3 down. They're going to beat into the melee racks here. I don't know how Neon can actually fight this without the Shaman. That's a lot of their lockdown. I imagine Mark's going to have to try and force a toss underneath the tier 4 tower, but even then, they just won't have enough lockdown to follow up. Like, Morphling could just waveform away. Do they just go Megas here? I mean, they're going to have Aegis for another 2 minutes 30 here, and it really looks like nothing that Neon can do. Up to the top lane they go. BKB still on Cuckoo, 8 seconds. Armel's going to have his as well. It's down to 5. But of course, it just melted through this tower. Neon just really can't find the perfect initiation here. And they're worried about the backline. We haven't seen a wrap around play coming through. They really need to find AO here. You recognize they'll put the ward on the high ground. They're going to try and find Morphling with the Hex. He will be fine. That False Promise. AO already level 20 here, so the 3 points in that ultimate with the reduced cooldown. I mean, it's down to 45 seconds. So Gabby's going to be fine. Waveform forward. He's going to try and find the Shaman. There's a lot of lockdown coming through from the side of Radiant here, but he will be fine. Has got that Glimmer Cape. He's going to drop the Serpent Wards. Gabby, without the waveform, they're going to go for the Avalanche Toss, but will the strength won't be enough? Cuckoo's going to blink forward. He only gets a Black Hole in 1. They should have enough damage to bring out the Tiny, however, and with that Refresher Shard, Cuckoo's going to try and disengage here. They do pop the Rage. Morphling with the Force Staff. He will be fine. That's Tiny down in Cuckoo. He's got Black Hole once again, and the mana to chuck it out here. The follow-up BKB. It's going to be a full lane of racks here. Make it. Mega's going to go forward. The 2-man Black Hole. What can they actually do to stop this with the BKB? They can't do anything. Scatterlicious. He will end up falling here. It's 3 dead on Neon, and that will just be the game. GG's come through. After the lifestealer will DC, so TNC, 44 minutes in, they will end up taking this game. First game is over, and TNC played very well around it. Recognizing as the game goes later and later on, I mean, the magic damage starts falling off once you get BKBs. Also, of course, the Morphling is always going to have the Rage, so he will be fine. I mean, it's such a good draft coming from TNC. They recognize, I mean, if you're going to first to this Lifestealer, you've got to ban Morphling. It's one of the biggest counters. You see it come out as well. And you got to... They should have known about this. They should have thought... I mean, think. Morphling will replicate the Lifestealer. Means it's going to have Rage, so we'll need some Magic Immune Lockdown. And then TNC, they just pick an Enigma. Last pick, perfectly coming out from them. There wasn't many good Black Holes. I mean, at the end, we saw a 2-man Black Hole from Cuckoo that really sealed the deal. But it was just those... The single-man Black Holes being able to find the Lifestealer It really came down to getting that black hole in the live seal with the double damage room, and then forcing the buyback and Neon not getting anything out of it. Very, very nicely played from TNC. But there you go. That will be game 1, chat. Appreciate everyone watching. Hope you guys have been enjoying the cast. I'm having a lot of fun. They put the win probability in. But we will be taking a short break. TNC Predator up 1 game. I appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back very shortly, guys. Thank you.